ESL One Hamburg is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, Vodafone, DHL, Alienware, Logitech G, and Pay Safecard.
And gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to ESL One Hamburg. We're continuing our coverage of day 2 of groups, and it's Group B, final series of the day. Oh my goodness gracious. Hello and welcome back again for the Vodafone pre-show. We've got Team EVOS facing off against Forward Gaming, and I have a bunch of lovely folks right over here to the side. Lacoste, Basekip. How you doing?
Yeah, we're not changing on the panel. We're staying as three guys. How are you doing, Basekip?
I'm doing well. I'm definitely less tired today at this time than I was yesterday. Yesterday I was passing out.
I'm not tired at all.
No? You're wired?
What?
You're wired?
Nah.
No?
I just want to see Forward Gaming. I think EVOS could take game of Forward Gaming. Forward Gaming with stand-in, they're not looking that great.
2-4.
IP also stomped them in the previous game, I would say. That game didn't look good for them.
But
didn't see much of the Forward Gaming, though.
The overall series was 1-1, right?
Yeah, it was 1-1. Yeah. I saw them during Kings Cup. They looked amazing. Not the biggest competition, though. Only NA, EG was missing. But still, I guess the reason why they're not doing so well is that they have a stand-in, and Yawar improved so much over the past season. I was not a big fan of him in the previous teams before he joined the Jack squad, but his improvement is just amazing, man. Yeah. He could be the tier 1 team. When I say tier 1 team, I mean, let's say top 5, top 4 in the international.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he's really good. And he has a great coach, good blood running through their veins.
That's high praise coming from you, because you're normally just all about flaming teams, flaming players.
No, I'm just being realistic.
This guy's overrated, but you're saying that, I mean, the real deal.
To me, that's, sort of telling based upon their performance here and how hit and miss it's been when they don't have him on their team, right?
Yeah.
Playing with the stand-in. And we did see, I think I saw on Twitter earlier that Resolution had said, Excalibur's coming in, he's doing his job. And in the games where they're winning, it does look like that's the case. But it's sort of a tough one, a tough nut to crack. And I think Team EVOS is one that Forward should 2-0. If they're going to do well in this tournament, they have to 2-0 here.
Yeah, this is a super important match for both of these teams, right? They're both close to the bottom of the board, 2-4 for Forward, 1-5 for EVOS, and bottom 2 teams just get straight up eliminated. That's it. So they gotta pull some stuff together here.
Oh, complexity in problem, as I like to call it. They're playing against Virtus Pro, man. This is some tough games for them.
Definitely.
Complexity playing Aster, NIP versus VP.
Yeah.
I mean, either one, it's not a great time. And I think that, looking at the way that this tournament is shaked out so far, we got a lot of different look at the standings.
That's even worse.
It is even worse.
Yeah, actually.
It is even worse. Aster 2-0'd VP. We saw how they manhandled EVOS a little bit earlier. So, if I'm Complexity, if I'm Eternal Envy, I'm sweating to play against that team. But.
Well, as we do finish up the Vodafone pre-show, we do have a draft for you lovely lads and ladies out there, and we're going to hop into it right now as EVOS going to be taking the second pick, rather. So they'll have last pick in this draft as the early bans out of the Undying. Maybe we'll see the Ogre taken out of the pool as well. Curious if they're going to ban out the Phoenix or not, since we haven't seen EVOS decide to run it themselves. They did ban it against Aster, but not sure if Forward are going to want to pick that one up.
I have a feeling that EVOS is going to go for Faceless Void. This feels like their hero to go to. Panic mode on. Time to bring out your big guns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit... I kind of wish that EVOS would have left that Wisp ban a little bit later on, because I know it's a hero that Forward are also kind of willing to get rid of, though they have the first pick. So if they're both prioritizing it, I suppose that EVOS is going to have to be the one to ban it out here.
The Axe taken out early. Is that really where we're at right now? Axe first phase ban?
I mean, forward are, I think they do have first phased it a little bit. They first overall picked it versus VP. And they also first picked it versus complexity. So I think that's reasonable enough from EVOS.
I guess if you don't want to play against it, but I feel like there are ways to play around this hero.
Definitely. But I think the other thing is that we've seen he can be a capable position 5.
Yeah.
So the fact that you can like pick Axe early and then the enemy team is like, oh, we got to counter pick it. We got to pick some Yule's heroes. We got to pick a Wyvern or something. And then you're like, joke's on you. We're just picking it for the laning strength. We're playing Axe position 5. We're not really that concerned if you counter pick it. So I like the ban here. Just put forward gaming a little bit further out of their comfort zone, hopefully.
Tiny is in the pool, and Wisp is not surviving phase 1 ban.
This whole tournament,
yes.
Yeah.
Like the beauty of the Tiny is he can be played at multiple roles, which also means that multiple players can play it. So
what's left in right now? I guess it's the Ogre?
There's Ogre, yes. Yeah. Ogre, Winter Wyvern, one of the hottest picks.
That seems like it's a good one. This does leave open Mirana also. Mirana, Tiny.
Yeah. So the most contested heroes of our main event here are Wisp with combined 30 picks and bans, 27 bans, 3 picks. Tiny, 22 bans, 8 picks. Axe also up there. He's 26 total, 10 picks, 16 bans. Phoenix, Necro, Drow, Enigma, Brood. All of this sounding pretty familiar to what we've been
yeah, but look at the win percentage. Enigma, 65 win rate.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a 75% win rate when he's picked, and then when he's banned, he has a 65%. The teams that ban him have a 65% win rate. So Enigma's been pretty important.
Mirana as well, is that 75? Am I seeing correctly?
Yeah, that's the 75.
Out of 12 games?
No, he has out of 12 games, he has a 58% win rate. That's
well, still that's high.
Yeah. Yeah, Weaver has a 100% win rate, 4 games.
It could be just better teams playing against the lower skilled teams.
That's true as well, yeah. Invoker also up there, 7 games played, 85% win rate.
Thank you, Nahaz.
Well, I mean, EVOS were taking their time on this pick, so I'm...
chilling. You got to come up with something to say.
Yeah.
Mirana, I think, is kind of still up there. Damn, those are 2 really solid picks, though. It does kind of have that feeling, basically, that you were talking about earlier, where it's like, oh, Tiny's always okay to take. You know what I mean? But the like combo of an Avatos into an arrow is something that is just going to destroy anybody, and particularly a Terrorblade. Taking a Terrorblade into this type of a lineup seems pretty scary to me.
Yeah, the Tiny is definitely a good hero against the TB. Like, if you have the... I think so long as they pick the right lane support here to make sure that the Tiny does okay in his lane. Like, if he gets an early Shadow Blade or early Blink Dagger, he can really hunt the Terrorblade for a long time and make TB's life really hard. Because TB doesn't... You always go the same build pretty much every single game, and there isn't that much you can do to really tank up against the Tiny. Like, you're not gonna... I don't think you're gonna buy a hood early on or anything like that, just to make sure that the Tiny's not Avatos comboing you. So until you kind of get to your HP talent and sort of pick up some of those early stat items, Tiny can easily womp you. But we've also seen TB just look fantastic this tournament as well.
Can you give me stats on TB?
Oh, maybe. If you asked nicely, so let's look.
Please, budget Nahaz.
Budget Nahaz.
Oh no.
8 picks, 9. So 8 picks, 9 bans. When he's picked, he has a 37.5% win rate, actually. So not great.
Pretty terrible.
Yes.
Jeez.
Oh, banning out Batrider. This rings a bell. Necro's still in the pool. Necro's not in the pool. Just checking if you're paying attention.
He didn't give us time to check.
Yeah.
So I think this Terrorblade pick here too. I mean, for a while people were just willing to go Ogre TB as a first 2. I think that's like fine, and obviously Forward can feel comfortable doing whatever they want to do. But you need to like be very careful of some of these other types of heroes, the Timbersaw or like a Lina or any of those just sort of like tearing through the illusions. Brewmaster was the other one that we've seen a lot as good answers.
Yeah, they certainly have to do some groundwork here to make sure that the Terrorblade's okay. I don't know if they're going to be picking... I mean, we've seen the Tiny in multiple different positions. I feel like I want this Tiny to be position 3, though. Personally, I think that's his best position. Maybe position 4 is okay if you do well in the lane and you can get to a timely blink.
It's position 5. That's where you should play him.
No, please no.
I don't think EVOS reached that level yet.
Don't listen to Jackie Mao and Puppy. Don't do it.
But Ogre is such a good hero. He doesn't lose the lane. You can just send him to the safe lane and he's gonna win you the lane. When I say win you the lane, you don't necessarily need to kill them 3 times and have 20 more CS than them. Just have the same amount of CS as their off lane. You're good enough. Because you have good mid, late game. You have Bloodlusted Terrorblade. At one point, the hero is just gonna explode.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
That's
it's
cool.
hard to win a lane against Enigma, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess it is more than likely just your position 4 Tiny now. Enigma is going to be that 3. I would guess EVO's probably still just going to pick their position 5 in the next spot, and then they've got last pick for mid, so they can get the mid counter pick, which is this is a pretty stable draft so far. Enigma actually, I would say, pretty decent against Terrorblade. Like, there's nothing to cancel the black hole just yet. That's probably coming from Forward Gaming. I would imagine that we're going to see something here. What do you like?
I want to see a silencer.
Silencer. I don't personally consider Rubik to be an Enigma counter. Like, it's nice to have versus Enigma, but it's not really a counter.
Give me some Doom. I've seen
Doom?
Yeah, I've seen some people picking up Doom. It's really good against Tiny.
Oh, this is really good with Terrorblade.
It's kind of guaranteed Sunder.
I was going to say that I was thinking actually a Bane instead of the Dazzle as like another save hero, but I think that they definitely needed a save because with all of the burst damage that's here, it's like it's too difficult to deal with.
4-head strat.
Hey.
Yep.
But it's on 2 different teams.
Doesn't matter.
It's fine.
4-head game is what you're looking for.
Yeah. But yeah, EVOS knew exactly what they wanted. We said that they love this Jakiro, so them getting it in this 4th overall pick for their draft, probably pretty happy with that. Also, just a pretty decent hero against Terrorblade, to be honest. Like, just all of the attack speed slow, combined with the AoE damage and the ice path is actually really annoying for TB to play against. So.
I wanted to see them take a Warlock. That was my dream right there.
Oh, I'm a big Warlock fan, to be honest. Not so much at the moment, but I do like the hero in general. People think he's boring, but I really like him.
I think it could have been a cool game for it. Like, you got so much damage that just comes out in a burst. Fatal Bonds on top of a Terrorblade.
Yeah.
Give me that extra little bit of control. Speaking of control, Forward Gaming have like no control at all.
Yeah, their mid hero needs to have it. So they might pick an offlaner now. They could still run a core Ogre and get a position 5 if they feel like it. But most likely it's going to be Ogre 5, Dazzle 4, I think.
I would like to see a...
Could be a Storm game, kind of. Okay, no. Just going to take the Lina now.
So Lina is good because it's a versatile pick. It's not revealing anything. If they decide to go for, let's say, TA on mid to just destroy Lina, even though that matchup can go, but rarely goes into favor of Lina, they can swap things around, have Lina as 3/4, Ogre also 3/4, and have Dazzle 5, and then get the matchup against the TA. So.
Yeah. Also, TA hates going against TB, I think. Like, I wouldn't want to play that matchup personally in the later stages.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you guys think about switching over and taking the SVG special and ET as the last pick for Forward, and then bump up that Korger?
Oh, so Ogre to 3. Yeah, I don't mind. I think that could be cool.
Does that break Black Hole? Split Earth? Or Earth Splitter?
Earth Splitter.
It just pushes them, right?
I think it interrupts channels. I want to say that it does.
you going to go test that one right now? Is that what I'm saying?
I mean, it pierces spell immunity.
Right.
I gotta say, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it does. Let me have a look.
Okay.
It should stop. I think it should stop.
Yeah.
But it's not. I mean, it has a pretty long wind up. So if Enigma is already casting Black Hole, and you're like, hold on, guys, here we go. I'm going to interrupt this Black Hole.
That's not gonna work. So you need to
really not
use it pre-Black hole.
You got to mind game him. So you know, like, okay, everybody, go clump up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sit in the fog over here, and then wait.
Bang.
Yeah. I don't know if that's what they're going to go for here, but it's a cool idea.
Yeah. I just love that hero, and I think that it's one that SVG actually likes a fair amount. But I have a feeling that he's going to have to play the Dazzle this game.
Yeah, that's also an SVG hero. So we'll see what happens. So we got the Brewmaster as the ban. So EVOS are thinking that forward is still looking for their position 3, which I think is kind of the most likely in this situation. And just the Tinkerbrand. Okay, so they've had to do a lot of legwork to protect the TB pick here. And ooh, Legion Commander coming in.
Still, they can swap Legion Commander to be on a mid lane if the matchup favors LC and have. But it's probably going to just be a classic Lina on mid, so everything's still open for them. I love those kinds of a draft. So, are you checking the Earth Splitter? What does it say?
I'm figuring it out.
The pull interrupts channeling spells. Yes, so we were correct. Cool. But it just doesn't work in game.
And they have a BKB piercing disable to break Black Hole now.
You need Aether Lens.
You need Aether Lens, yeah.
Ooh. I like that.
Draft from EVOS looks nice.
I like that one a lot.
I like this. They got lots of different ways to. Yeah, they got lots of different ways to delay the game. Yeah,
they caught you. Production got him. Nicely done. But what do you guys think? Is it enough? The Medusa?
You know what? EVOS always has this kind of a lineup that does well when defending the tier 3 towers. Now they even have a better one: Medusa, Jakiro, Enigma. It's really hard to push into this unless you take a fight before.
I'm here to rep some SEA Dota. I'm gonna go for EVOS, I think.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've heard from our analysts. We're gonna move on to the cast now. But first, make sure you go out and vote for that MVP. Welcome back, you wonderful people. And guess what? You got the trifecta today. Oh my God, it's happening.
Woo!
Yeah, I love those tricasts. They're more chill.
Yeah.
And you can get more out of people.
Yeah. I mean, we had a tricast for TI Grand Finals, right?
That's true. That's basically what this is.
Yes.
Now let's move into it. Your TI Grand Finals. EVOS versus Forward Gaming. As we have a game that's already in the, I know, right? What the heck?
EVOS is,
No, I meant for the casters.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's understandable.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
all right with
I figured that's what you're talking about. So yeah, it's the interesting little thing here though. But we're gonna sit back, relax, and you do as well. Wherever you are in the world, we got the wonderful cast. Just let us talk into your ears about this wonderful game. Medusa, something that hasn't been seen a ton. Why don't we see this hero? What's the problem with this guy or girl?
Just kind of a little bit slow. Right, not a very dynamic hero. It always just kind of goes the same build, and not a huge amount of laning presence. I think Medusa's laning presence is a little bit better now. Again, that they've taken away that extra creep from mid lane. Medusa was so garbage mid when they added that extra creep because she wasn't ever able to bounce the snake off of the wave and harass. But now that that's back, I think she might actually be looking pretty good.
That's some deep analysis right there, Cameron.
Oh,
Can't really argue with deep analysis at all. Just have to agree on that one. Look at Dazzle, man. Dazzle is so strong level 1 with the Poison Touch.
Yeah, Forward Gaming are getting in here. They're trying to secure some bounties. Nice arrow is going to connect onto the Dazzlers, getting a right click down. Still going to be a bounty rune picked up. 2 for 2 across the board. Tiny's still very tanky at level 1, and Universe is going to get sent packing. It's going to be a first blood for iLogic.
All right, getting off the ground nicely there. And it does look like, in the meantime...
Oh, it was okay. It was 3 for forward and 1 for...
okay.
But they got the first blood, so...
That makes it worth it. And it's on the hero that you want it to be, rather the player. I feel like iLogic is the one that's like been their best player so far in this tournament.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that. It's hard to get a... I mean, the only game of theirs that we've cast so far was the Aster series, and a little bit hard to get a read, but got some lane swaps happening now.
Yeah, switch it up. Bring the Jakiro up to the top lane. This is a little bit strange because you can press the attack off everything of Jakiro's. And also, you're going to be able to take off the stun from the arrow. So I feel like forward should be perfectly fine in this lane as long as they can get through the first couple of waves as we see the arrow onto the large creep. So Mirana going to get a quick level 2.
Yeah, this is always the nice thing about having the side lane Mirana. Deuce is doing pretty well mid. 6 and 3 versus the 4 and 1 of the Lina. So Facehugger looking pretty solid. Probably going to see the double Wraithband build coming out of him.
Yeah, he bought 2 slippers early on and the circlet, so that's a lot of damage for Medusa. 61 against the 63 on Lina, so pretty even.
Yeah, but a nice time. And meanwhile, in the bottom lane, they are going to switch it up now and instead bring Universe bottom, where they want to kind of try and keep the pressure on this Enigma. And immediately afterwards, they're going to rotate in iLogic. He's playing again on the Mirana. And the TP away. Lane swaps abound.
I mean, you can expect that they're going to TP because you just TP'd back.
Right.
Now, do you TP back again, and then they TP back again because it's going to be ready. Also, there's a region rune on top. Excalibur has no mana.
That's so bad. That's going to be very lane winning if he finds that, but might not go and check. I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, Facehugger is set up down towards the bottom side of the lane too, so he's probably going to rotate over.
Jakiro checked the top rune, bottom rune, sorry, so it means that he probably gave the info that rune is on the top lane. It's just Medusa needs to push the lane and then try to go for it. Bottle coming for Lina. She's gonna scout it out.
Oh.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Oh, God, it's so value.
Yeah, it's
He's even probably going to go over and like throw a Dragon Slave while it's still...
Don't get too
regenerating.
close. All right, he's already a level ahead on the Medusa, so it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it's just a big save for Excalibur more than it's something terrible for Dusa. And the arrow going to connect now onto the Ogre, will also up top lane. MSS going to be pummeled away, and the toss is going to connect. They find themselves another kill, so SVG does die, but MSS also going to perish.
EVOS,
So far, so good for EVOS.
EVOS. Actually, I'm cheering against my boy Mojo, actually.
Oh man, Excalibur missing a lot of those range creeps, and he's trying to
Toss back?
attack them, so... and Nick Medusa gets a lot of those range creeps as well.
Universe taking a lot of damage here. I mean, he does still have 8 stick charges, so he's going to be fine. But yeah, they're off to a hot start already.
3-0, but Forward Gaming still in the lead. 20 CS on Rezo.
Yeah, Resolution certainly has proven himself time and time again as an extremely capable carry player. So him getting off to a good start definitely going to be good. The other nice thing that Forward Gaming do kind of have going for them against the Medusa this game, though, is that they've got 2 pretty long-range heroes in the TB and the Lina. So should be able to still get some damage into the Dusa. I don't think the Dusa is like completely uncountered this game.
Whitemon just going to try and TP away after getting the slow, but it's not going to happen. And that means it's going to be a long walk out for him afterwards when he does respawn as iLogic forced back in the top lane. So Forward starting to make a little bit of a stride into their favor. What's the whole dynamic that exists with Stone Gaze and Terrorblade as far as the range goes? Do you need Dragonlance and the talent?
1,000 range.
Yeah.
So you're going to be in the range. You can't outrange it
Okay.
if you're not a sniper or level 25 TB.
Well, speaking of TB, in some trouble here, taking the punches from the Tiny. Can they get him alive? Toss out onto the Ogre. And that's going to be the death of Resolution.
Oh, he might even get through. He has boots. No boots on Ogre. No mana whatsoever.
Move it!
So that's going to be one. I don't see the 4th rune. Maybe someone killed
MSS
it.
got it.
MSS?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 for MSS and 2 for EVOS.
Yeah.
It always gets super confusing when somebody has bottle as
Bottle,
well,
yeah, so
and there's
then you just see
there's like
bounty.
10 different things related to the bounty rune. Yeah, it's not easy.
Well, if there is one person that's sort of suffering throughout all of this on EVOS, it's Enigma, but really he is still going to be able to get a good amount for himself, at least levels-wise, because of the denies and everything else. So Universe going to take some punches, but press the attack off, and he's going to walk away.
Well, they're just wasting time with this kind of a gank, trying to go on Legion Commander. I mean, you need to set it up with an arrow and then follow up with stuns, otherwise you're not going to get a kill. You can just easily purge off the stun from Enigma.
Oh,
We're gonna find Ogre.
So going, oh, they switch over the damage from the second Starfall and the jump forward, trying to get out of there in time. Is it going to be enough damage? Not quite. And now you need to run away from Universe. Does still have that arrow, but it connects onto the catapult instead.
He wanted to kill the catapult.
Okay.
Intentional.
Intentionally connects.
Is this intentional?
If he can... Oh, they didn't time it right. He tried to back toss him on double Starfall.
Oh, man. And the Moonlight Shadow used to make sure that they're able to escape.
It was a cute idea, but it didn't work out in the end. Deuce is still doing very well on this mid lane.
I think this is a really good lane for Deuce, isn't it? Like, because you can get...
Yeah.
You should be able to, like, spam out against the Lina and, like, drain a bunch of the mana.
I don't know how much Lina should be getting hit by the Mystic Snake, though. Right? She's got, like, of all the heroes that you could have on the mid lane, I feel like Lina is pretty well equipped to deal with it. She's got good attack range.
Okay.
But it does, yeah, just looking at it right now, it seems like it's pretty darn good for Dusa.
Terrorblade has meta, level 6. Enigma only level 4. I love when Enigmas get 1 point in Midnight Balls when you play against this kind of a heavy push hero. So you just use it on your tower and stop the push completely.
Uh-oh. Speaking of stopping heroes completely, poor old Enigma's dead. He has managed to pull some Eidolons over the other direction, but this is a meta TB, and they should be able to push down this tower pretty effectively while also getting down the CS from those Eidolons.
Another region on bottom lane. Now, Medusa, full HP, has 4 points in Mystic Snake, 2 in Mana Shield, saving 2 points if they want to go on her. Just to pop the ulti, also saving points if she needs to get the split shot. Doesn't want to outpush the lane yet.
Yeah. Oh. Arrow, toss back. Going to be able to find SVG looking for the kill. Oh, he messed up. Oh, but they're still going to get the kill.
Yeah, it didn't land the second star there, but did need it in the end. And EVO's going to pressure this tower a little bit. Seems like Forward want to defend. Got some more heroes coming down here.
Everything's gone really well for EVOS so far. They can, you know, nuke out this wave here, get some decent damage onto it.
Oh man,
Why is Lina here?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they wanted to try to make a move because Legion Commander just had hit level 6, so they wanted to get a kill, get some damage on Legion Commander, but use the Dragon Slave, showed on the lane. Maybe Tiny saw her, so that's why she used it, not sure.
The thing that's a little bit worrying, I think, as well for forward gaming is that unless the Legion Commander gets to Blink Dagger, they really don't have any initiation to speak of at all, right? It's all the Legion Commander that they're relying on.
Duel.
There's the first duel.
Gonna come out, doing a good bit of damage there onto Universe, but it's not going to be able to save that Jakiro. But nonetheless, as you said, it's not the biggest deal in the world. The biggest thing is just getting that extra gold on the Legion, which is going to be nice for forward. While the Tiny is set up here in the mid lane if the Lina decides to come back anytime soon. Still hanging onto that Laguna Blade.
Yep, just going to be going for pretty standard Yule Scepter here. 10-minute runes coming up. Forward with 4 heroes.
Uh-oh. That ain't good.
That's so greedy from Mirana. No one showing on the lanes. 5 heroes missing from forward gaming. She still decides to go for it.
Yeah, it was pretty dubious. Excalibur trying to come back over to the lane, but she gets a tree tossed at him.
Lost the clarity, man. That one hurts.
Yep.
Still does have the bottle, though, so it should be fine.
They have a catapult. They want to pressure this tier 1 tower on mid. Immediate rotation from Dazzle. Also, he's saving a point for Grave if needed. If not, probably going to put more in Shadow Wave.
Do you like the treads on Alina? I know it's not a huge decision, but like... Also, he hasn't bought any other little items. He doesn't have a wand. He's just got the null and the bottle. Oh, Universe is looking for Jakiro once again.
I want to see what he picks on level 10.
He doesn't have press the attack right now. Still a couple seconds away. Should get it now, and looks like they don't want to fully commit for that. Could have been a little bit scary.
It's pretty nice for EVOS. They get a tier 1 tower without really losing too much in return. Successfully keeping the Jakiro alive bottom.
And this is going to be some damage onto the tier 2 also. I think at least, although MSS is sort of pulling it over. And MSS, I think, is just dead. You can TP now. Never mind.
Why did he pop that south?
I don't know. I think he misclicked. He must have.
Yeah.
Was trying to double tap
Mirana
the TP,
still had one more leap, sorry, so she could have chased and keep hitting him.
I don't think he needed to use that arrow.
Yeah, he could have just, if the Grave had come out, then he could have kept hitting him and he couldn't have TP'd. That's true. A little bit of a misplay, but still applying some pressure, get some more farm. And Deuce is just having free game. Do you think Deuce gives any consideration to buying the Aghanim Scepter this game versus the TB?
I was thinking about it.
Or is that just a meme?
I mean, it's still good. She's gonna also need a Lincoln Sphere in this game, I think, because they don't have the best frontliner.
My only concern about it is that they have quite a lot of magical damage, and so it can just randomly screw you up buying the Aghanim Scepter on Medusa. Like, somebody happens to get hit by the Mystic Snake right as Tiny avatosses them, and they're like, not ideal. So I think he's just going to go for a pretty standard build.
I think the other thing, though, about, like, the Medusas, I don't know if you care about getting dueled. Like, you can probably just be fine with that as long as you've got your mana shield up and you're going to be hitting everybody else on the enemy team, too.
What does that have to do with the Ags?
What do you mean, the Ags? No, I was talking. He was talking about the Lincoln Sphere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
I mean, Ags turns them into stone, 0.3 seconds, and increases every time it jumps.
Yeah.
So it means it kills,
but it
kills illusions.
They're one-shot illusions,
yes.
yeah. That's why people buy it against Terrorblade.
Can Dazzle get the last hit? Nope. 20 extra damage on that talent tree from Medusa.
Resolution is getting kind of up close and personal here, but there's a lot of EVOS in the area, and they're just going to lose
Arrow ready. He should have used the arrow right away after that leap. Just the stunner. So maybe Jakiro could have gotten closer to use the dual breath. The problem is Jakiro is kind of under-leveled. Level 5 only, 13.5 minutes in.
But look at
Tiny
this.
was the one buying the tome. They're putting a lot of pressure on the tower.
This is great for EVOS. They go together as 5. I mean, maybe you could say that they need to bring everybody, and MSS gets something, or rather, Universe gets something up here. And actually, he's going to think about just pressuring the Jakiro. He's trying to force out a TP, maybe.
The deep push from EVOS is looking really good this game. They've done a fantastic job of holding onto their towers. Look at this. It's so uneven. They've taken all of Forward Gaming's tier 1s, and they still have all 3 of theirs. So it does bode a little bit badly that they've only got a sub 1k net worth lead with all of those towers. So if the game turns once the Legion Commander gets Blink, then Forward are going to get those towers back, and they'll probably be at a pretty significant lead. But
yeah, Legion Commander is not going to get a good timing on a Blink Dagger. She decided to go for a Ring of Aquila. That's 1,000 gold.
Lots of little
Scan
items.
connected.
Uh-oh. Run away. I mean, might not need the Blink Dagger if you can chase down Whiteman and seeing if he can get out of there. Run
Ice
away.
Bat.
What's to do? Walk out. No,
Joking.
you can't do anything. What's happening? Get away away
White
from him!
Mon
White
God.
God! Oh, look at him go! He's see you later, buddy. Flying, soaring above the haters. Whiteman does it.
He has a TP ready. Let's see.
Oh
done it.
my
God.
God.
He's done it.
Whiteman. Oh,
J God.
that was beautiful. Poor Universe. Did he have a quelling blade, by the way?
He doesn't have ankles anymore. His ankles are gone. They've been turned to dust.
Where's your quelling blade at? I think he probably did cut down a couple of trees there, but damn. That was the most exciting thing that's happened in this game.
It feels like he had the vision where Universe was going. That's insane.
Yeah.
Mind game. Oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
As a support player, that hurts my soul.
Although it does reveal the ward in the area.
Yes.
So that's a little unfortunate. Logic really wants to get something done here, but with the Legion in the area, now things might get a little bit more testy. They're moving in with a couple other heroes. Logic going to look for the arrow afterwards if they decide to take this fight. But it looks like they are not going to go in with the Tiny. Too many heroes show up and it's a bit too scary.
They want to fight. They're bringing their Medusa bottom. If he didn't want to fight, he would have just gone and farmed the other ancient camp.
They've got the Helm of the Dominator here on the Enigma as well. Toss back on the Ogre, in some trouble. He's going to die so quickly. And
He lives.
Meta down.
Tiny.
Like, he's using those back tosses like he has a Blink Dagger. And every single time it's an
walking up.
Ogre. Yeah, he didn't die this game. 2-0-4. Needs a little bit more time to get a Blink Dagger up. He's going to have a little bit later Blink Dagger than Legion Commander, which is pretty insane.
And this Dusa is just going to keep on getting more and more farm. And the other thing about this is I think this EVOS draft scales better into the late game. And they're like winning right now.
Yeah. I don't like the Medusa's buying Manta.
Yeah,
I
I
hate that item on Medusa.
I was thinking about it. The only good thing I can think of is just getting rid of Reflection.
That's really important, though.
But you have a lot of illusions, which means that overwhelming odds is just going to deal more damage, clear those illusions. Tiny playing a bit greedy right now.
See if he gets punished. The jump in from the Legion Commander. They're going to find the duel, and they just give him up for
No
dead.
damage.
Oh, yeah. Status resistance.
So, nice pick off. If they could get this tier 1, that would be great, but I don't think it's going to be quite so easy. Force the mana usage from Universe.
I will say that if Terrorblade gets big, there's going to be a really nice timing in here where you've got like Sue sort of, you've got the defensive Dazzle and also a Legion Commander that's pretty defensive.
The one other thing that Forward Gaming do have going for them is that they're, you know,
Every single time, it's just SVG dying.
Man, sometimes this is what happens in your life. You just have to play Ogre and, you know, take the punishment.
Snake.
Or he's just going to walk away.
He's alive.
Okay.
The boy who lived.
That weave
the
armor,
boys
though.
who lived.
Yeah, that's true. Well, see, he's got the little shield cosmetic. I think without that, he doesn't survive.
That's
so
true.
There you go. He's looking tanky.
Deuce switched it up, by the way. Lincoln's.
All right, nice. I think this is much better than the Manta. I still don't really like it that much, but at least it's a good Lincoln's game.
Got the Yasha coming out first.
That's fine.
I mean, yeah, she's stacked up. The Medusa is like this far ahead early on. It gets scary.
Enigma has a Blink Dagger now.
Yeah. The only thing that's a little bit concerning is that Forward Gaming, I think, are quite good at kiting the Medusa. Like, they've got the high move speed naturally on a couple of their heroes, and then they've also got the Bloodlust on top of everything else. So EVOS are going to have to make sure that they keep getting these tossbacks and finding good black holes.
They cannot go on this Medusa.
They're going to find Medusa.
You can't kill this Medusa right now. Surely. The TP black hole? Surely. Oh, God, never mind. Laguna Blade. Where was everybody?
No one TP'd on a shrine.
I thought for sure that was going to be like a huge disaster.
It did take... The only reason that was even remotely safe is that they had all 3 cores. Like, the Lina was connecting on the lane push. Otherwise, I think that would have gone very poorly.
Yeah, you can't do this. They cannot go on this Medusa. You can't kill this Medusa right now. Surely. The TP black hole? Surely. Oh, God, never mind. Laguna Blade. Where was everybody?
It did take... The only reason that was even remotely safe is that they had all 3 cores. Like, the Lina was connecting on the lane push. Otherwise, I think that would have gone very poorly.
And like you saw when they backed out too, they had to walk like 3 together going north. Like if Enigma TP's there, that's a huge win for them. Even if
they're not
Dota
going to get
dies.
a building out of this or anything though.
Yeah.
Like it is kind of a not wasted time, but like it is a very expensive commitment. They used Metamorphosis. They brought 3 cores bottom so that there were parts of the map being unfarmed in the meantime. I'm not even that willing to call that like a big win for forward.
Logic now with the Maelstrom done, going for a Lincoln's of her own.
Yeah, so this is the next, like, I don't know, this next round of items for EVOS on the Mirana and the Medusa is not hugely impactful. Like, the Lincoln's is good, but I don't really view it as necessarily being game-changing.
These are some pretty big items, though. The Blink Dagger for both the Tiny and the Enigma that we talked about. Can maybe try and find a pick off here as the Lina finishes off some creeps nearby. They're spoiling for a fight. And it could happen in the mid lane. SVG walking behind. They're going to...
SVG just scouting there. He wants to be focused.
Yeah. Well, they will oblige.
If they can deny the tower, nice.
Nicely done. Okay, 21 minutes. It's just a little bit less than 1,000 gold lead.
Oh. EVOS have just decided that, hey, we're all here. Let's just do this Roshan thing.
They don't have the Ogre. They can't possibly contest us.
Medusa needs to use the Raid Band in her inventory, more damage, killing Roshan faster than just dropping it and picking up the Aegis, even though maybe Mirana is going to be the one picking it up. But if they want a siege, it should be Medusa. If they just want to group up, try to take a fight. She's low on HP though.
Yeah.
Bit of a sketchy bash timing there. Oh, got a duel coming in as well. Jakira's pretty tanky. He might not give away any damage.
Oh, well, they are going to get it in time, and they walk forward with the Medusa now into 3. If they fully come here, you got to be a little bit careful, though. Enigma's in the area as well. They've already taken down 1. Excalibur able to find himself the kill, and now they're jumping forward. Everybody all grouped together, and the Enigma actually blinks away from his Medusa. They immediately cancel the black hole. They're going to lose the Aegis. That was not the play.
Tiny used the combo. Medusa does not have ulti.
And she's just dead.
And Enigma bought back. After Black Hole, yeah, this is a little
dubious.
bit of inexperience. They try to make a fight. Medusa popped the ulti. No one focused her. They just ran away. As you mentioned, they have a high movement speed plus a bloodlust. They can just turn their heads around and not give her a mean look.
I mean, and you know, this is a team that's good enough to know that that's not what they want to do. It's just in that moment things get all crazy and stuff. And surely they wanted to like back out just after losing the Jakiro, but did not work out that way. And 10 to 10, 23 minutes forward, finding their form.
I mean, thank God Tiny got that double kill. Oh. Oh.
Oh, he missed.
Goodbye. Oh, he's going to get the bottle refill. Nice.
All right, sweet. Our Logic back in fighting form.
I think they can still remain super aggressive here if they want. Like, this is a great combination. You Moonlight Shadow, Avatos, and Arrow.
We're still hanging around. He needs to be somewhere. Oh. Never mind. SVG, tank the gang. Do it.
Yeah, this is what he's good for. That's what happens, man.
All right. EVOS are up here, but they don't have their Dusa, and she's about to show mid. So Forward Gaming are going to know this. They know that there's no Dusa in this fight, and they're going to charge at him.
Excalibur, BKB comes out immediately, and that is going to be a dead Jakiro. Time to just run away. Everybody get out of there. The blink out from the Enigma, and that's BKB charge expended for the Jakiro kill.
That's fine.
Oh, they might go in resolution here.
BKB arrow. Oh, what a force staff.
Jeez.
Dazzle has only 2 points in Shallow Grave. I mean, they're not fighting that much. But you can just leave Vive, level 1, even skip the talent, because the cast range is so bad, level 1, 2. You basically need to be in a fight.
This is scary. That Legion commander is still sticking around the area, and there are not really any sentry wards around. The lift up there, Lina, in no man's land, but they're also coming behind with the Legion commander, MSS. Able to jump forward. They're able to find it. They've got the minus armor already on this Deuce, and she's just dead.
They didn't even try and do anything. I wondered if they were going to try and toss her away or something, but they just let the Deuce die.
Seems like they know they're pinging it out. Have nothing to scout it since Lina TP'd it out.
You remember back in the day when it, like the ogre, when he'd throw ignite, it would like shoot off to somebody that was in fog? And you'd be like, oh, there's somebody stuck over there. Doesn't do that anymore, but that would have been kind of funny.
Oh, Jakiro. Nice little bit of juking, but can he do it again? Can he do it again?
The man, the myth, the white mon. They're gonna find him. Oh, no. Oh.
He can't keep getting away with it. But, all right. EVOS are still using this as a little bit of time to go and push a lane of their own.
Forward have
the logic and
taken a lead, though, at this point, and
yes,
it's going to be a tier 2 tower taken. The Medusa's like early dominance has been completely turned around on her.
Well, she needs to. I think she needs to stop turning up the fights for a little bit. I really wish Dusa would just kind of sit back, farm the Lincolns. It's like Lincoln, Scotty, Butterfly. You just don't have enough HP at the moment.
Or make sure that if you are going to move out, that you've got like Black Hole ready. Because that's been the other thing, is like they haven't really used that spell or even really threatened to use that spell in an aggressive manner. Oh.
Oh, Courier?
What's going on here?
Huh? All right, let's just leave.
Get out.
Run.
Cast range.
Oh, no.
Arrow.
Not going to be there. They slow down the poor old Tiny. He just wants to punch people. The toss back, the live. Is he going to do it? No. They even get the duel. Yikes.
64 damage. Pretty sweet.
Oh, Terror Blade. He has Diffusal Blade queued up. Let's go. He wants to burn the mana on Medusa. I was thinking about it during the draft. Like, Reza knows what's up. Plus, he has the increased attack speed with Bloodlust, which means he's going to burn way more mana.
Yeah. They already kill her off so quickly, too.
It's a sick damage item for Agi heroes as well. Anyway, right? Lots of good stats. Not too bad on the Terror Blade. And oh man, this is such a defensive build from Illogic. Picks up the Lincoln Sphere and now still going straight into a BKB. I think they're going to run into some damage problems if they're not catching like 3 people in the black hole with Midnight Pulse also running.
It's also worth noting Enigma went for the GPM talent instead of going for the cooldown reduction.
Yeah, he's not fighting that much, and when he has a BKB, they can't stop it.
Yeah.
This
At least
really
until
bad.
the Aether Lens. Black Hole trying to find the kill. Universe living for the moment. Chase forward for more. Illogic wanting to take down this Legion commander so badly. Gets the kill before the Glimmer Cape or the Grave can come out. And now TPing away. Is he going to escape? No. They kill him off.
I mean, it's a lot of gold for Mirana. She got 8, almost 900. They used the Black Hole. Not a good way to start a fight. Trying to use Malefice on Legion Commander. She can easily purge it off, so they needed to commit for a Black Hole, but they did not see anyone else. They have vision only on top side of the map, so they can't see them approaching.
Well, as soon as this Legion respawns, Forward Gaming are just going to go, right? There's nothing to really be afraid of now that the Black Hole is on cooldown for ages.
SS could have maybe gotten to range for that courier, but it is going to be delivering the Lincoln Sphere now as they move across the map with Excalibur. They do ping it out now. So the Sentry Ward down, alerting them to the
threat. They're going to see Lina. She has a BKB.
But it looks like they'll be able to get a D Ward here potentially.
Darius Scan going to connect.
Oh, God. Scary stuff.
Imagine if Enigma had a Black Hole there.
That would have been...
If he had a Black Hole,
they
Four would not have run up that
yeah.
hill, stacked as 4 people. Like, let's face facts.
Yeah. Arrow connects onto Terror Blade. Slow in the push. Medusa, in the meantime, just trying to clear out these waves to the best of her abilities.
The Deuce has fallen behind a lot in terms of farm compared to the TV. 18.3k versus the 14.6.
Hey,
Arrow gonna hit again.
it's all about slowing that push, man. One stun at a time. So they've got Lincolns on the Mirana, as you talked about, as well as the Medusa, and trying to get towards that level 20 talent right now on Medusa as well. She buys the book, and it should be pretty close off of this. I don't think it's actually quite going to be enough, even with the book. Yeah, very close, but if you take this fight before that level 20 talent, you're missing out on a lot of potential value.
Please don't buy Manta. Come on, Facehugger. Don't do this to me. I've seen enough Mushi, Lincoln's, Manta, Medusa games. I don't need you to do it as well. I don't know. Mushi back in the day would just mindlessly go the same build every single game on Medusa. It was infuriating.
Oh, Dazzle. They have no reveal.
Run away. They
saw
spot
that.
him. Grave TP.
I mean, why does he use arrow every single time like that?
I don't know.
I mean, you can just go on him and kill him. That's it. After, if he tries to TP, you just use an arrow. It's as simple as that.
I think it's probably one of those things where maybe wanting to get vision, you know, giving him the benefit of the doubt, but it definitely has cost him 2 kills so far.
Didn't he see him run into those trees, though?
He did.
He still had time to react. He had
Hey,
the
guys,
2
I'm
lead
trying.
charges.
I'm trying here, okay? Gotta give this dude a benefit of a doubt, right?
EVOS.
Oh, they're doing Roche. This is not looking good. There's 2 catapults approaching on 2 sides. Legion Commander.
I mean, I think that's worth the death on the Tiny if you can get to Roche in time, but they want to move into position, and they're not quite going to be able to take it. They throw down the Macro Pyre. They're going to have to run through that to get into the pit.
Out of damage.
Trying to make it happen. The blinking could happen, but they get the H. No, they don't get the H. Facehugger is able to get it.
They got it.
Legion got cheese.
Okay, well, that's a pretty good one for them. The Black Hole connecting just barely onto the Lina, and they are going to be able to find the Grave to get Excalibur out of there for the moment. But can he live the whole time? Universe needs to take off with the press the attack. They lose Illogic, and Lina pops the regen rune. Oh, good. Now they just run down mid. There's no Black Hole.
Oh, they lost 2 towers, mid one and the bottom. And look at the racks. That's just.
Oh, they don't have Stone Gaze. They don't have Black Hole. They're just gonna lose the Medusa twice here.
All right, well, let's see what they can do. Everybody's coming back up again, but they don't have Black Hole. Trying to save her, the Diffusal Blade rips to shreds. The poor old Dusa, dead for 75 seconds. Does still have buyback if they want to use it, but they managed to take down the Legion. Not bad. Still, it's a lane of racks for forward, and did they also get the mid one, it looks like, too? Yeah, at least yeah, they got the melee.
All right, guys, important question. Is Medusa actually a good hero against Terrorblade?
I mean, he has a Dazzle behind him, plus he's bloodlusted. It's a better team playing against the weaker team, so like the decision making about what they need to do. They smoke into Roche Pit when the lanes are standing near their 3-3 tower with catapults approaching against the TB.
Yeah, I mean, I realize that EVOS have made a bunch of sloppy decisions this game, but they pulled out this Medusa as if it was some kind of trump card, and it just hasn't looked like it. It kind of reminds me of when Pain picked that Clockwork last pick in the series versus, what was it, versus Alliance? And they were like, aha, we got you. We have Clockwork with all of these really good matchups, but it might just be one of these situations where even though the matchups are good, the hero overall is like not that strong.
I don't know. I think that the hero is still really good. Like, I think that you...
I think really good is an exaggeration.
Okay, I think the hero is really good. That's my thought of it, at least. I think the hero is good. You guys are shaking your heads over there.
In this game or in general?
I think in general, the hero is good. You look at like the way that this was sort of, you know, played around it. She won her lane super hard, you know? I think that she was able to get off to a hot start, but oftentimes what we see instead of Dusa going for like the, you know, they'll go like Yasha Scotty, and then you actually have a lot of damage and more survivability.
And with this build on Terrorblade, with the Fusel Blade, you're forcing Medusa to buy a BKB, and she does not want to go for BKB. Waste. When I say waste, it's kind of a waste because you want to have other items on Medusa.
Right.
You're staying one step ahead when you do that.
That was some real indecision from Excalibur there. He's like, do I commit for this? I guess the Moonlight Shadow came out. But.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a Medusa believer personally.
Yeah.
I think that it also, like, you need to have the right team around it.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, the other thing is that the Terrorblade also has the Ogre. It's not just about the team fights either, right? That's increasing his farm rate by quite a lot.
Yeah.
Like, even beyond the attack speed, just getting around the map faster increases your farm speed by a lot. If EVOS had the Ogre, then I think this Medusa would be looking a lot better, but it's not the way that the draft panned out.
Swap Jakiro for Ogre.
Yeah, Bloodlust that Medusa.
It is a little bit interesting to me that you can just go like Terrorblade Ogre and have a whole draft to answer it, and also have two first picks.
They spent like 3 bans protecting the TB as well. You got to remember that the rest of their draft, they basically had to continue banning to protect Terrorblade. They banned Zeus, they banned Tinker. It's not like you can just do this and then not have to also do some more groundwork for the Terrorblade.
Right. Well, and the other thing is that there isn't really a great defensive hero at all for the Medusa. Like, how many times do we see them just go on her and she just has to sit there and take it? Or even like force staffs or things like that?
Yeah, nothing. No defensive items whatsoever.
Yeah.
Besides Lincoln Sphere, which is pretty much to use on yourself.
God.
Oh
God.
He's got Lincoln's BKB.
Are they trying to bait this? This could be a black hole opportunity. If they're able to bait it out long enough, they think about jumping in. They catch 2 at the black hole, but is it good enough? Resolution says no. They lose the Legion commander, but Reza will clean up the rest of them. My God. Although they have the ice path down on Reza. Yeah, he doesn't care. He does not care at all. Excalibur's running into them there. It's a little bit scary.
I mean, they could have tried to bait this better. Try to go for a leap to get away after that Lincoln's popped, because Legion was about to jump in, and just have a Mirana to deal the damage and have a Legion commander in a really bad position.
The more I look at it, the more I think that these Lincolns were just a waste of gold on EVOS. Like, I don't feel like it's doing enough for them. And Forward Gaming can always just kind of coordinate with like a Yule Scepter or something to pop it at the moment that they need to. It doesn't feel like it's allowed the Mirana or the Dusa to play in a different way. And I think that's the only time that I like Lincoln Sphere as an item, where it like enables you to push a wave that you otherwise wouldn't be able to, that kind of thing. And I don't think that is the case here at all. Like, look at this. That Lincoln just got popped by an Ignite. Big whoop.
Looking for a toss back, maybe. Tiny in no man's land. That's the game is really hard. Terrorblade is at 30,000 net worth right now compared to the 18 of the Medusa.
I think that's the other reason my Forward is so confident to just Ogre TB the first phase, because they have resolution on their team.
Yeah.
And this guy knows how to carry a game.
8, 1, and 9. He's a stud.
And he was, well, I guess we had musical lanes. I was about to say he was against the Enigma, but like, everyone was against everybody in this laning stage. It was just swapping nonstop.
Yeah, it's true. All right, so let's see. Did not go for the Manta, but does have Lincoln's BKB and the next item Butterfly. Just everything defensive.
Yeah, I don't like this item build.
It's just it's such a tough game at this point, at least, that it does feel like you need to survive, but maybe wait another 20 minutes and possibly your Dusa gets big enough.
Yeah, I don't think there's no single item that lets him just stand there and go toe to toe with the Terrorblade at this point, though. So
Butterfly is gonna be the one, the missed chance.
It'll help.
But he still can't stand in the middle of a fight against TB.
Yeah.
Maybe
TB's going refresher. Oh Jesus. And he's got BKB.
Yeah. And Scotty.
Scriff, please.
He also has Scotty. Wait, what? What the hell? What's going on here? Oh, okay. This is TP. I thought that they had one other item on top of that. Okay, that makes sense.
He is inordinately farmed.
Yes. Let me check the lobby, make sure cheats aren't on or something.
Yeah.
40 minutes in.
Dash gold.
Exactly. 40 minutes.
Lead is good.
25,000 net worth lead, and maybe just going to. Ooh, Ags on Legion Commander. Now's the time to see that cool interaction you guys are talking about.
Oh yeah.
Not purchased yet, though.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to. If he toggles it like that, then the Terrorblade can still wallop people. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you do? You jump in, you duel the Dusa, and then you swap the Aghanims out of your inventory.
As soon as the rest of your team is in a position where they can follow up, then you take it out of your inventory and put it in your backpack, and it disables the Ags effect.
But it keeps the same duration.
Yes.
Okay.
The duration is set when you start the duel.
Okay.
But you lose your magic immunity. And
But it looks like you have magic immunity,
Yes.
and they can attack you as well.
Yeah.
There
But
was
they might not realize because they think that you have an
Yes.
Aghanim Scepter,
And you look like you're magic immune, so they're not going to use spells on you.
yeah.
the Demon Edge was just taken away from the Medusa as well. Was on the courier.
Demon Edge?
Yep.
Well, that's not part of Butterfly. I guess he's
It
going
is
for
from
MKB.
MKB.
Yeah.
This is gonna get switched over to
Disassemble
Rapier.
Mask of Madness to get it faster.
Oh, that showed SVG. Take that. Okay.
Yeah, he's got the multicasts, though.
He hits a little bit harder. So does Universe.
All right.
Resolution. Time to get himself another item. Ooh, Enigma going
How
for
shit is this level 25 on Lena? -6 seconds Dragon Slave? Like, you're not gonna pick that up ever unless you misclick.
You going against Mega Creeps or something?
Nah.
No? Okay.
The cast point is so long as well. So, like, late game, you're building all this right-click damage. You're like, I'm going to stop attacking for 2 seconds to cast
I have
this
seen
Dragon
somebody
Slave.
pick it up. I don't know what, I can't remember what it was that they were going against. But there's one
Probably
time.
our pub.
Oh yeah, it was me. I forgot.
I had a fever dream once where I remember.
Had a nightmare.
All right. Well, there's the jump in. Black hole. Can they kill him off in time? No. Medusa need to buy back and jump into the fight. Doing a good bit of damage here, but guess what? They got a Sunder, and that's going to be a dead Tiny. The saddest of Radiant heroes. This face hugger is going to hit the deck for a second time. He gets turned to stone, but it doesn't matter. This is still going to be game over. GG called as Forward able to take the win over EVOS in our final series of the day. Well, at least in game number 1.
Yeah. I mean, EVOS had a pretty good start there. The lanes looked fantastic. Tiny kept getting all those tossbacks, had a pretty timely Blink Dagger, and then they made that Roshan decision, and it was...
Also, the tower defense. Once Medusa got caught on the tier 2 tower, it felt like the game is falling apart from them.
In that top lane?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Enigma didn't get any good black holes as well. The problem could be that they don't have a tanky frontliner. You have a Tiny who goes in, but they blow him up quickly. Same goes for Medusa. She can't just stand there, especially in the Terrorblade. So something maybe more of a tanky, some kind of a core that could buy some time for Enigma to cast a good black hole.
Yeah, could have been good. Still not a huge fan of the double Lincolns either. I think that was... And we just saw Forward Gaming looking like even with the stand-in, just looking like a higher quality team than EVOS. But I think EVOS, like, after this game, maybe with some minor adjustments, could potentially take game 2. I don't think they got super outdrafted by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, we harped on it during the game, but my God, 918 GPM on resolution in that game. 11, 1, and 11. It's hard to win when the enemy core goes off like that. Part of that is in part from everything that we talked about, but just very impressive performance from him and the rest of Forward Gaming. But we will be back in just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, for our final game of the evening. Forward versus EVOS. Both teams looking for a win here as we finish off day 2 of the group stages of ESL One Hamburg. See you guys in a few.